Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Sunday, February 27, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. St. John's vs DePaul. The St. John's Red Storm will travel to Wintrust Arena to take on the DePaul Blue Demons this Sunday night in college basketball action. Our first pick is St. John's minus 1.5 points. And here is why. The Red Storm are second in the country in terms of pace of play on the offensive end. When they can speed the game up, they are typically successful. That was exactly the game plan that they executed perfectly in the previous meeting. And as fast as they like to go on offense, they like to slow things down on the defensive end. St. John's is a good play in this game, if just for motivation alone. The Red Storm still have a chance to move up in the standing, if even just one spot, which would increase their chances for an opening round win. In addition, if St. John's holds out any hope of getting an at-large bid to the NCAA tournament, they will need this win, and certainly one of its final 2 against potential tournament-bound teams. For DePaul, they are simply playing out the string and doing so rather poorly at the moment. After pulling off a rather stunning road upset of then number 18 Xavier a few weeks ago, the Blue Demons have gone just 2-4 since then, with both wins coming against Georgetown. It will be surprising if they come out and get after a Red Storm team that can put up points in bunches and moves the ball extremely well on offense. And for our second pick, go with under 152. And here is why. On Thursday night, the Blue Demons were able to stop a 4-game losing streak thanks to the fortunate scheduling of a game against the winless Hoyas. Javen Freeman Liberty scored 25 points to lead the Blue Demons to the much-needed victory. DePaul led by 5 at halftime, but squandered the lead early in the second half, and the two teams exchanged the lead several times in the final 20 minutes. Leading by 3 points with 30 seconds left, the Blue Demons defense survived 3 different Hoyas 3 PT point attempts on its final possession to secure the win. DePaul shot 45% for the game and held the Hoyas to just 38% shooting. Both teams were very sloppy with the basketball, with DePaul committing 16 turnovers and Georgetown 17. Indiana vs Minnesota. The Indiana Hoosiers and the Minnesota Golden Gophers meet Sunday in college basketball action from Williams Arena. Indiana is 17-10 so far this year and coming off a win over Maryland. As for Minnesota, they're sitting at 13-13 this season. Our first pick is Indiana minus 2.5 points. And here is why. The Indiana Hoosiers come into this game with a balanced scoring attack, with 3 players averaging at least 10 points per game. So far, 50.0% of the team's points have come from these 3 players. The leader of this group is Trace Jackson Davis, averaging 17.6 points per game. On the season, 75.0% of his points have come from inside the arc, where he is shooting 58%. Jackson Davis has also been working hard on the glass, pulling down 8.2 boards per game. The Hoosiers' second leading scorer is Race Thompson, adding 12.0 points per game. Thus far, he has a field goal percentage of 56%. This is a must-have for the Hoosiers in this game, and this is a very good line to run with. Indiana has an excellent interior offense and is going up against an undersized Minnesota squad. The Golden Gophers make their living on the perimeter, but Indiana's perimeter defense is excellent. Expect the Hoosiers to pound the ball inside and take advantage of mismatches to control play. On the defensive end, the Hoosiers will force teams to move the ball to find the best shots and will not make foolish mistakes. The Hoosiers' defense is ranked 18th in defensive efficiency, so they will make the Golden Gophers' offense work extremely hard on each possession. The Hoosiers realize the importance of this game and how much it will impact their tournament chances. Don't expect a letdown after they ended a 5-game skid. And for our second pick, go with over 131.5 points. And here is why. On Wednesday night, the Golden Gophers nearly stole a win from the 13th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers before finally falling 68-67. The Badgers are tied for first in the Big Ten standings, which should serve as a good reminder to Indiana that Minnesota still has some fight left in them. Jamison Battle led the Gophers with 17 points, and Peyton Willis and Elijah Stevens each scored 13 points for the resilient Gophers. Minnesota hung tough despite getting dominated on the boards, 38-19, and allowing Wisconsin to shoot 51% from the field. Minnesota did force 12 Wisconsin turnovers while only committing 6 for the game. Indiana had been through a tough stretch entering Thursday night's game against Maryland. They blew leads in games against two top 25 teams, Wisconsin and Ohio State, on the way to a 5-game losing streak. Against Maryland, the Hoosiers' defense stepped up, causing 16 terrapin turnovers and converting them into 22 points. They took it to the interior of the Maryland defense as well, winning the points in the paint battle, 44-24. Xavier Johnson led the way for Indiana with a season-high 24 points and 6 assists in the huge win. Johnson was 7 of 7 from the field and 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Johnson rebounded from 2 straight nightmarish performances. In his previous 2 games, Johnson was 6 for 28 from the field with 9 turnovers. Nebraska vs. Penn State. The Nebraska Cornhuskers and Penn State Nittany Lions meet Sunday in college basketball action at the Bryce Jordan Center. The Nebraska Cornhuskers look to snap a 4-game losing streak. The Penn State Nittany Lions look to get back to a .50 record. Our first pick is Penn State Nittany Lions minus 10.5 points. And here is why. The Cornhuskers have struggled this season and they've lost all 8 road games they have played. They will try to put an end to their losing streak with a win over the Nittany Lions, which will give them their first road win of the season. The Cornhuskers have the 194th most efficient offense in the country and the 177th most efficient defense. Nebraska comes into this game looking for just its second Big Ten win of the season. The Cornhuskers come into this game having dropped 4 in a row, while the Nittany Lions have been finishing the conference season strong, winning 3 of their previous 4 contests. Penn State is the Big Ten's top 2-point defense, and Nebraska tends to do most of its damage from inside the arc, which doesn't bode well for its chances on the road here. Take the Nittany Lions to cover the spread at home in this conference clash on Sunday night. For our second pick, go with over 138. And here is why. The Nittany Lions followed up their loss to Maryland with a win over the Wildcats in their last game. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Cornhuskers, which will give them their 4th win in their last 5 games. Penn State is ranked 84th overall in the KenPom rankings and has a defense ranked 42nd in efficiency. The Nittany Lions have scored at an adjusted rate of 106.4 points per 100 possessions for the season, 124th in the NCAA. However, that mark has dropped to 100.1 during conference play, good for 12th in the Big Ten. Penn State has turned the ball over on 18.4% of their offensive possessions, good for 12th in the conference. On defense, the Nittany Lions have posted an adjusted 102.7 defensive rating, 6th in the Big Ten. Penn State has also limited league opponents to just 44.7% shooting from 2-point range, the best mark in the Big Ten. Fred Hoiberg's squad comes into the weekend with a 7-21 overall record, and they've won just one of their first 17 conference games. Nebraska has posted an adjusted 103.4 points per 100 possessions for the season, 189th in the NCAA. However, they own an adjusted 95.7 offensive rating, the worst mark in the Big Ten. The Cornhuskers have turned the ball over on 17.7% of their offensive possessions, 11th in the Big Ten. On defense, Nebraska has given up 114.2 points per 100 possessions versus league opponents, last in the Big Ten. The Cornhuskers have also struggled on the defensive glass. They've given up an offensive rebounding rate of 30.5% during conference play, 13th in the Big Ten. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.